So one of the approaches and practices that I utilize is a social justice approach. Intersectionality plays a huge piece in that. There's been so much more conversation and information about not saying the thing. So if that's around racial identity, sexuality, gender, conversations about really bringing your identity into a therapeutic space are just more important than ever. I want people to feel comfortable talking about and naming things, and often creating space where people can share what their experience is, because no one is a monolith. All communities have nuance, and it's very important that someone's personal experience comes forward in a space. Community care is so important in those spaces, knowing when you can advocate and how to advocate for yourself, while also knowing that you are deserving of peace, joy, and fun and levity. And that can mean sometimes just creating friendships, community, taking breaks from spaces, and finding out what brings you joy.
I am always thinking about connections between identities in any given person. My approach is to view my clients not as things that need to be fixed, but rather multitudes, right, of different identities. And so intersectionality for me means pausing and allowing the client an opportunity to gain insight on how different identities intersect, therefore allowing them to gain awareness as far as their overall experiences.
We all have strengths from our various backgrounds, from our various ethnic groups, from our various religious age groups, sexual orientation groups. And so being open and aware to validate each and everyone's experiences, irrespective of what or how those are different from mine, I found out to be a very positive approach to building a healthy therapeutic relationship and developing client wellness, which is something that we as clinicians here seek to achieve.
I do work in a lot of different methodologies, one of them being narrative therapy, because I believe everybody has a story and it's so different. So I just want to make sure that everyone understands that their experience is unique as themselves. And I shared this with people on the first session, that I might be the expert in psychology, but you're the expert of your life, and it's me that's sitting here learning about you.
So my educational background and training to become a therapist is one of social justice. And with that, I make it a point to not only highlight the individual or more micro level considerations to clients as they navigate life regarding their racial identities, but to also zoom out and consider macro level too, in that there are systems or even systematic concerns to be acknowledged in considering their own experiences.
I first and foremost don't want to assume that I know what the person has gone through. Even if we may share the same skin color or the same upbringing, I try to balance that with my truth, and I try to practice a little bit of disclosure just to let the person know that they're not alone in that experience, especially if they are someone who's African American, such as myself, or just a part of the BIPOC community in general.
Racial trauma can be a very tender topic to some people, especially those that are in minority groups. But I see that seeking to understand and validating the client's experiences and looking at things from the client's perspective with empathy helps people develop the skills, develop the resilience, and develop the wellness that most of us as people are looking for in our journey through life.
I think that a trauma-informed approach, and racialized trauma specifically, is sometimes naming and helping someone identify an experience that they've had. Sometimes it's taking a step back from a circumstance that is particularly toxic or racist or bigoted, and creating the support around healing from that experience. And so ideally this is a space of healing where people can share about what their experience is, with the understanding that it's likely very traumatic and traumatizing. One of the ways that I see a big responsibility on my part is around psychoeducation. That includes often laying the groundwork for an experience where I am in a position of earning someone's trust. It's not always a fit. However, me talking through what to expect in a therapy session, talking and calling out some of the harms that the medical community has imposed on communities of color and Black community members, and speaking towards the dynamic and power dynamic and privilege within a therapeutic space are ways that I can start to pull that veil back and ideally create a space where someone feels safe and comfortable sharing about their life experiences, including racialized trauma.
People need to feel seen, not just because of what they've been through, but who they are and why they've been through said trauma. From our hair to how we speak to where we attend school to, right? And in this office and in my sessions, you are celebrated for who you are.
I feel I'm responsible to make sure they walk away from our sessions with a sense of empowerment, to know that there is resiliency to be gained as far as processing whatever troubles they might come to me with, to know that they can then be better equipped to not maintain a sense of survival mode, but to eventually reach a place where they can say that they're thriving, despite whatever societal or systemic concerns we might reflect upon.
So if you're a part of the BIPOC community, I strongly support the idea to want to even connect with a mental health professional. It's for everyone, because everyone deserves to heal and everybody deserves to have peace. Please feel free to connect to Elevate Counseling. We're here to help, and we welcome you.